Welcome, everyone. Today is not just another lesson in English. Today is the day you start speaking it differently. You've probably watched countless videos, memorized grammar rules, and listened to hundreds of phrases, yet when it's your turn to speak, your lips freeze and your voice disappears. It's not because you're not smart, it's because your mouth hasn't been trained to move in English. By the end of this video, that will change. Here's the truth nobody tells beginners. English is a physical language. It's not just in your head, it's in your lips, tongue, jaw, and breath. You can know every grammar rule, every word, and every phrase, but if your mouth isn't ready, your speech will be slow, broken, or stiff. Your tongue hasn't learned the sounds, your lips aren't used to rhythm, and your jaw doesn't flow naturally. Today, we train your speaking muscles.
Imagine learning push-ups by reading hundreds of books about fitness but never actually practicing. When you try, your arms collapse. That's exactly what happens with English. You understand, but your mouth hasn't been exercised. Your lips, tongue, and jaw are used to your native language and they resist the speed, stress, and sound patterns of English. We will train them step by step to move smoothly, confidently, and naturally. The good news? You don't need hours of study or expensive courses. Just 5 focused minutes each day, done correctly, can completely transform your speech. You'll train your mouth like a muscle and your brain to react automatically. Fluency is not about perfection. It's about practice, courage, and consistent repetition. Small daily steps create huge changes, and today you start building those habits. First, we begin with a mouth warm-up. Just like athletes stretch before a workout, your lips, tongue, and jaw need activation. Lip rolls, gentle tongue stretches, jaw loosening, and a smile stretch are enough to release tension and prepare your speaking muscles. Even if it feels silly, moving your mouth consciously trains new neural pathways. Within days, your English will sound smoother, faster, and more natural. Next, we move to the mirror technique. Your reflection is your coach, your guide, your feedback system. Stand in front of a mirror and choose one simple sentence in English. Speak it slowly, 5 times, observing every movement of your lips, tongue, and jaw. Watch your expression and posture. Each repetition builds awareness, confidence, and presence. You're not just saying words, you're training your mouth and your brain together. Shadow speaking is where real fluency begins. Listen to a short clip of a native speaker, then repeat exactly what they say, matching speed, rhythm, and emotion. Don't worry about mistakes or accents. The goal is muscle memory for your lips and tongue and a natural reaction for your brain. Over time, your speaking becomes smoother, faster, and effortless. You'll start noticing that sentences flow like music instead of stiff words. Fluency loops are another powerful tool. Take a single sentence and say it at 3 different speeds: slow, normal, and fast. Repeat this 3 times per sentence. Slowly, your mouth and brain get accustomed to English rhythm, speed, and stress patterns. This exercise trains reaction time, confidence, and smooth delivery. Even if your vocabulary is limited, you will begin to sound fluent because your mouth is learning to move naturally with the language. Sound clusters are a secret weapon of native speakers. Instead of saying words one by one, group them into connected phrases. For example, "What are you doing?" becomes "what you doing." Each cluster becomes a musical unit flowing naturally. Practicing clusters makes your English sound confident, fast, and authentic. Record yourself daily, repeat clusters in sentences, and notice how rhythm and speed become automatic, giving your voice power and clarity. Your brain must also be trained alongside your mouth. Speaking fluently is more than moving lips. It's aligning thought, emotion, and speech. Fear, self-doubt, and overthinking block fluency. To overcome this, speak with emotion. Act sentences out as if in a movie. and connect English words directly to images or feelings, bypassing translation. Using your body, gestures, and facial expressions strengthens memory, presence, and confidence in every word you say. Repetition is not just saying the same words again. True repetition builds layers of fluency, muscle memory, and confidence. Take one sentence and repeat it slowly, clearly, and deliberately, focusing on each sound. Then repeat it in a smooth, connected flow. Add emotion, like excitement or curiosity, and finally, push yourself to say it faster while maintaining clarity. Each layer strengthens your mouth, brain, and confidence simultaneously. Next, connect your sentences to real-life situations. Don't repeat phrases in isolation. Use them in job interviews, conversations with friends, or casual greetings. For example, "I don't know what to say" can be adapted to a professional meeting, a friendly chat, or even an unexpected situation. By doing this, your brain associates English with action, emotion, and context, making speech automatic instead of forced or awkward. It's important to remember that mistakes are not failures. They are opportunities to train your mouth and brain. Every hesitation, mispronunciation, or stumble is a sign that your muscles are learning something new. Celebrate small victories like completing a fluency loop or perfectly saying a sound cluster. Over time, these moments compound, transforming hesitant speech into confident, natural English. Daily practice doesn't need to be long. Even 5 focused minutes can change your fluency trajectory. Think of it like brushing your teeth. A small, consistent habit produces results over time. Warm up your mouth, use the mirror, shadow a native speaker, repeat sentences in clusters, and record yourself. Each repetition reinforces muscle memory, neural pathways, and confidence. The consistency is what creates lasting fluency. One of the most powerful techniques is speaking like an actor. Choose a short sentence and say it with different emotions: excitement, anger, surprise, or curiosity. Move your body as if you are performing a role. This trains your brain to forget fear, builds natural rhythm, and allows your voice to project confidence. Acting exercises bridge the gap between thinking in English and speaking freely without hesitation or self-judgment. Another critical strategy is automatic thinking. Stop translating from your native language. Instead, connect English phrases directly with images, emotions, or intentions. For example, when you hear "I'm hungry," picture yourself eating your favorite meal instead of thinking in your language. This trains your brain to react naturally, speeding up speaking and reducing mental blocks. Fluency starts when thought and speech align seamlessly. Your mouth and brain need to train together. Stand up, move your hands, walk around, and speak. Movement reinforces memory, strengthens your presence, and improves breathing control. When your whole body participates, your sentences become energetic and natural. This method also helps reduce fear of speaking aloud because your focus shifts from self-consciousness to action. Presence becomes part of your fluency. Recording yourself is essential. Use your phone to capture daily practice. Listen carefully for rhythm, clarity, and emotion rather than grammar perfection. Each playback shows progress and areas to improve. Over time, recordings reveal improvements you might not feel while speaking. Recording also builds accountability, making your 5-minute daily practice tangible and measurable. Fluency isn't about sounding like a native. It's about being natural, confident, and smooth. Accent is secondary. What matters is rhythm, clusters, and flow. Native speakers connect words effortlessly, while learners separate them mechanically. Practicing clusters, shadowing, and fluency loops retrains your mouth to move fluidly, making speech appear effortless. Confidence grows automatically when words flow without hesitation. Finally, repetition must be strategic, not random. Each day, select a few sentences that feel meaningful and personal. Repeat slowly, in flow, with emotion, under pressure, and in real-life contexts. This 5-stage repetition method trains mouth movement, brain reaction, emotional expression, and real-world readiness simultaneously. Over weeks, your speech changes from hesitant to confident, and your English becomes part of your identity. Many learners focus on grammar or vocabulary, but forget the most important element: speaking with presence. English is not just words, it's energy, rhythm, and confidence. Every time you speak, your brain and mouth must work together. When you combine sound clusters, muscle memory, emotion, and body movement, your sentences flow naturally. Speaking becomes effortless, even in conversations you never practiced before. Fear is the silent enemy of fluency. Many learners understand English perfectly, but remain silent because they worry about mistakes or judgment. This fear blocks the mouth, freezes the tongue, and disrupts speech. Training your mouth and brain simultaneously builds courage. You'll realize that speaking imperfectly with confidence is far more powerful than speaking perfectly in your head, but never aloud. Visualization is a hidden secret of fluent speakers. Imagine a conversation before it happens. Picture the words, phrases, and emotions flowing naturally. Your brain rehearses the scenario, and your mouth follows automatically. Pair this with mirror practice and repetition, and you create mental pathways that make English speech instinctive. Over time, your mind no longer hesitates, and your words come out smoothly without overthinking. Consistency beats intensity. It's better to practice 5 focused minutes every day than to study for 2 hours once a week. Daily practice rewires your mouth and brain faster. Small, repeated actions strengthen neural connections and build confidence. Your lips, tongue, and jaw learn English movements like a trained athlete. Over weeks, these 5-minute habits transform hesitant learners into fluent, natural speakers. Engage with real English as much as possible. Watch short clips, listen to podcasts, and repeat sentences aloud. Don't just passively consume content. Pause, shadow, and mimic speakers, paying attention to rhythm, stress, and clusters. Your brain and mouth learn to recognize patterns, making speech automatic. Over time, even complex sentences feel natural, and your confidence skyrockets because your practice is functional, not theoretical. One of the most overlooked techniques is emotional repetition. Speak sentences with varying emotions: happiness, surprise, frustration, curiosity. Your brain associates language with feeling, not just mechanical words. This builds a natural instinct for tone, pacing, and expression. Listeners don't remember grammar. They remember energy. Emotional repetition ensures that your speech feels alive, confident, and human, not robotic or memorized. Combine shadow speaking with movement. Walk, gesture, and speak simultaneously. This trains your brain to produce English fluently under real-life conditions. When you move while speaking, your voice becomes stronger, breathing improves, and sentences flow naturally. Movement connects mind and body, reducing fear and self-consciousness. Within days, you'll notice a smoother, more confident delivery that feels instinctive. Recording yourself is more than monitoring progress. It's also a motivational tool. Hearing your own improvement reinforces confidence and accountability. Compare today's recording with yesterday's. Notice subtle changes in clarity, rhythm, and tone. Celebrate small wins, like correctly linking words or saying a sentence fluidly without stopping. This reflection keeps you motivated, turning daily practice into measurable growth. Fluency grows when you focus on clusters of meaning, not individual words. Native speakers rarely speak word by word. They group words into flowing units. Train your mouth to link words naturally. I don't know becomes, I don't know. What are you doing? Becomes, what you doing? Practicing clusters daily trains your tongue, lips, and jaw to move naturally, while your brain develops an automatic sense of rhythm and pacing. Every practice session should have a goal. Instead of repeating random sentences, select meaningful phrases that you will use in real life. Connect sentences to personal experiences, goals, or daily situations. For instance, use sentences about work, study, or social life. This approach strengthens memory and ensures that your practice translates to real conversations. Your English becomes practical, relevant, and alive. Fluency is not built in classrooms or from apps alone. It's built in private, consistent practice. 5 minutes in front of a mirror, repeating sound clusters, acting sentences with emotion, and recording yourself is more effective than hours of passive study. Your brain, mouth, and confidence grow together. Over weeks, your sentences flow, hesitation disappears, and your English becomes a natural extension of your thoughts. Speed is a result, not a goal. Focus first on clarity, flow, and emotion. When you practice fluency loops, shadow speaking, and clusters, speed naturally emerges. Trying to speak fast before your mouth is trained leads to stuttering and fear. Build accuracy, rhythm, and presence first, then let speed follow. Gradually, your sentences will feel effortless, natural, and confident, as if English has always been part of you. Practice with background rhythm or music. Speak sentences in time with a slow beat, like a soft song. This reinforces rhythm, pacing, and breath control. Your mouth and brain learn patterns without conscious effort. Over time, speaking English feels musical, smooth, and energetic. Even complex sentences or conversations flow naturally. Rhythm training is one of the quickest ways to upgrade your fluency without overthinking grammar or vocabulary. Your mindset is crucial. Believe that you can speak English fluently. Treat mistakes as signals for growth, not failure. Every hesitation, mispronunciation, or stumble is a step toward mastery. Speak bravely, even if you sound awkward at first. Confidence grows when practice is consistent. Your brain learns that English is safe, enjoyable, and natural, and your mouth follows. Fluency is as much mental as it is physical. Combine emotion, motion, and repetition in one session. Warm up your mouth, act sentences with emotion, walk or gesture while speaking, shadow native speakers, and record yourself. This multi-layered approach activates mouth muscles, reinforces brain connections, and strengthens confidence. Each session compounds, gradually replacing hesitation with smooth, confident speech. English begins to feel natural, even when forming complex ideas. Daily micro-practice is a secret of world-class speakers. Instead of long, irregular sessions, train for 5 focused minutes. Repeat sentences slowly, smoothly, with emotion, and in real-life scenarios. Use mirror practice, shadowing, clusters, and recordings. These small, consistent actions rewire your brain, strengthen your mouth muscles, and build confidence. Within weeks, you'll notice significant improvements in fluency, clarity, and naturalness. Fluency is not about perfection. It's about expression. Listeners remember energy, clarity, and flow, not grammar mistakes. Focus on sounding natural, connected, and confident. When practicing clusters or repetition, exaggerate rhythm and stress until it feels natural. Over time, your brain internalizes the patterns, and speaking becomes instinctive. Your voice will feel strong, clear, and alive, even with a slight accent. Real-world application is the final step. Take the sentences you practice and use them in daily life, with friends, in online calls, or social media comments. Contextual practice solidifies memory and trains your brain to respond quickly. You'll begin to speak without hesitation because your mouth is already trained to produce natural English. Practice transforms into action, and action transforms into confident fluency. Fear of speaking can only be overcome through action. Many learners stay silent despite knowing English. Each time you speak aloud, even imperfectly, you train courage, rhythm, and muscle memory. Consistency builds bravery. Over weeks, hesitation diminishes, and fluency emerges naturally. Speaking becomes a habit, not a challenge. Your voice grows strong, your confidence rises, and your English transforms into a natural skill. Finally, fluency is built from small, consistent choices. 5 focused minutes every day, combined with mirror practice, shadow speaking, clusters, emotion, movement, and real-life application, is more powerful than months of passive study. Each repetition compounds. Hesitation fades, confidence grows. Your English becomes not just a language you know, but a voice you own, ready to express your thoughts, dreams, and personality with clarity and power.